What's up? I don't know what made me want to do this video. Oh yeah, I saw a video just now, and it was about video game collecting, and the individual was talking about mainly like SNES, NES, game cartridges. He was talking about the future of buying. Is there a cartridge in here? Okay. So I got Rambo Part 2, First Blood. Which looks like a good game too. So he was talking about the future of cartridges, and cool. So this is made in Japan. What about this? Where is this manufactured? This is made in USA. Oh, that was such a poor casing, but whatever. What about this one? Oh, okay. So like Mario Kart, for instance, was made in Japan. So he was talking about the future of cartridges, and there's something I would say to y'all that I totally agree that it's becoming harder and harder to get your hands on these kind of cartridges. Throughout these 4 years of trying to collect cartridges and whatnot, I would say it is not easy. It is not easy at all. It's scarce. And what is this one? Oh, Super Sprint. It's I would totally agree to say that it's not easy to. Where is this produced at? It's not. It's very scarce to come across. Oh, this made in USA. It's very scarce to come across this, but one thing a lot of people aren't talking about enough is the Game Boy Advance cartridges. I'm not hearing enough people talk about these. So, if it's becoming harder, more difficult for you to collect, Super Nintendo games, yo, this is a banging Game Boy Advance game that's it's like a mixture of Zelda slash Ghoul Patrol for the Game Boy Advance. I got maybe like maybe 3 or 4 copies I have of this game alone. Once I found out about how good this game was. There's a lot of games for the Game Boy Advance you still can buy right now under $5, $3 right now. Yo, if anybody can find the Game Boy Advance video cartridges and you can find these for like $1 to $3, buy them. Buy them. There's a couple of them that's not cheap right now. Buy them as much as you can. They're people will sell them to you for like $1 to $3. But there's tons of Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games you can still. I love Fire Emblem. I play the Japanese ones, English translated. But I'm just referring about this genre of cartridges. They're still around. They're still around. You can find tons and tons. Didn't I just show this game? Look, I told you I got multiple copies of them, right? I just found the second one just now. But I think I got like maybe 2 more. So, there's tons and tons of Game Boy Advance games you still can buy right now. And they're reasonable prices. And who knows what's going to happen with those eventually. If it's already in the era that it's becoming harder to get your hands on these games, it's gonna eventually follow suit with these. It's gonna come a day eventually in these coming years. It's gonna be harder to find those games or the Sega Game Gear games. So I'm telling you, I did this in just the past 2 years. I was finding these. I was finding these games maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I just stopped looking for it. Like. When I mean I just stopped looking for it, I got a good amount of them that I didn't continue on to look for it as much. But I don't mind here and there maybe trying again. I basically look. One day I wound up getting 3 Virtual Boy games. That is actually worth a good couple dollars. But look, here's another one right here. Maybe the other one is in the box too. You can buy this cartridge still for cheap right now. This cartridge, I'm telling you, is worth $100 and better. I took the risk. I took the risk and I got maybe 3 of them. This cartridge, I'm telling y'all, one of the games that's on this cartridge is not a cheap game. So, just to show you, like, when it comes to people talking about, oh, the PlayStation 2 or Nintendo or this system, oh, the games are so expensive now. Oh, do you got these games? Or try to look for these games if you can come across them, they're expensive. I'm telling you, I think the opposite way and go after other games that's still cheap right now. Look, I got a whole little cardboard box filled with cartridges. I got like maybe two of these or 3 of these right now. Just by thinking that way. Just by thinking in that format. While everybody else is chasing for this console, I'll chase for these. That's a lot. These, look at the size of this box to put cartridges in. And this little box got maybe double, triple the amount of the little Game Boy and GBA cartridges. So if you could rack up on Mario games for $2, $5, that's a good game you bought there. If you could rack up on a bunch of those, like how the person referred Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, any Zelda game, it's all, not even those games. A lot of the games I got in this box here for Game Boy is not even a bunch of Marios and stuff. Mole Mania, which is not cheap. This is actually cheap, but I think it's a good game. Jurassic Park. Wario Land I got for a good deal. What's in here? Oh, just a case. I'll put that to the side. What's another good game? It's a couple. I think it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it's this one actually. I think this is the better one. I think it's the second one. I would tell you, if I had to refer out of the 2 of them, I think it's the green one that's the better one. There's a lot of good. If you can ever get your hands on Scourge for the Game Boy Advance or for the DS, that's a good game. It's a lot of good games. If I was to say, oh, here, did I show this one? 1 minute. Oh, okay. So here's the 3 cartridges: Wario Land, Panic Bomber, and Nestor's Funky Bowling for the Virtual Boy. Dora the Explorer episode. So, not to say like, oh, just get your hands on any games, but like, I got a Ghost and Goblins for the PSP. It was a lot of good pieces that they came out with for the for that console, and that's just the purpose. Like I said, is like, if anybody out there is thinking, oh, it's becoming harder and harder to find Super Nintendo, N64, these kind of cartridges, I would tell you, and I stopped collecting Game Boy Advance or these little cartridges. I stopped looking for it, to say, for maybe a year or longer now. Yo, I still believe you can find tons of these. You can find tons of these all over America right now. And I would definitely suggest, while the price is still low for a lot of these games, just collect Game Boy Advance. Like, if I could collect, I would say to you personally, if anybody has a ton of Game Boy Advance games they want to get rid of and they're willing to sell it for $1 a piece, hit me up. You know, I'll put it to you even like that. You want to get rid of your games? You want to sell it for like $1, $2? Because that's how much I actually was paying for these. A lot of these games, people just didn't care about anymore. So I was getting them for like $1, $2. So you wanted to get rid of for that? Hit my channel up. I wanted to purchase the GBA games. So yeah, there's a lot of objects you still can buy that's good good video games and whatnot, and it's not too difficult. I don't feel at all. It's not too difficult to find this stuff. It's just you have to look through the masses that are the asses before you'll find a decent deal. And then when you find those decent deals, you know, don't overlook them. Take advantage of gaining the opportunity to game with them. You know, because when I was younger, I never even had. When I was younger, I never even had a box like this a day in my life. To be honest with you. But when I started figuring out how to do this, like collect or buy stuff, then as you can see, I got as much as whatever I wanted to get. Damn, y'all. Double tap that screen. Give a like. Don't be a zesty lowlife. Like, wow. Just ears open to the sky, but no, double tap that screen. Give a like. What's up, y'all? What's up? But anyway, how much time we did with that? That's really pretty much it. It ain't really nothing much else to talk about. You can get tons of this stuff. It's not really difficult to do. If you don't mind to double tap the screen and give a like, I would highly appreciate that. It helps the channel to grow. It helps my viewership as well, and positivity, my guy. You know, that's the key. Positivity. So that's pretty much it. This is just like a little bit of a oh yeah, look, another one, Silent Scope. I think that was a bundle maybe of 30 games or something like that one day, maybe more. It was a nice box of these DS games. It was a deal, and I just bought the whole thing. So go after what other people aren't. Eventually, over time, this is more, to be honest with you, playing these kind of games is more convenient than playing with these. To be honest, playing with GBA, Game Boy Advance games, that's way, look how big they are. And this is the same kind of data. Look, okay, I wish I could have. This would have showed you a fact. A spot I was buying from, the price they was asking was right there on the back of it, and it would have showed you either $1 or $2. If I could find one of them to say it, because there was one spot I came across, and that was a dealio. Oh, here we go. Okay, so some of them could have been like $5, but they would have gave it to me for $3. I was buying so many of them, I was getting them for like $2-3. That's what the at that one spot I came across. I was getting those games for like $2-3. Trying to see if there's any more tags that have that green tag on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that scenario. So anyway, that's about it. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'm out of here. Hope y'all learned something, and toodaloo toot, hoot hoot. Damn.